Oh man, I'm looking forward to this. I honestly, I have no idea what to expect. The way it ended was quite interesting yesterday. With the, I don't have Injustice 2, but I can look into it. You know, because of the holidays and whatnot, I'm a little strapped for cash. I'll listen. I'll check them out. Golden Fangirl. I'll check them out. Okay, so
what do we need?
Am I floating? Holy shit! What is that? Tahar! Oh my goodness! What's going on with you today? Oh, that's not Tahar. What? Who is this? Who is this monstrosity? Dude, it's a revenant. They're floating and they got some craziness going on their back.
So you made it after all. Not bad.
You didn't think I would?
No.
It's Gore!
That,
What's going on with it?
I didn't feel that there was any life left
how's
in
it going,
you.
Julian?
But then again, you always were damn hard to kill to begin with. That new energy inside you, though, that's a different story.
So you can feel it?
That's like
so
standing in front of a bonfire and being asked if you can feel the heat. Yes, Tahar, I can.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
in case you're here to ask, we're staying.
So you'll help me fight the purity?
You make it sound as though this thing is somehow your responsibility. It isn't. That fanatic, with his idiotic stories of the All-Father's return, is out for all of us. Especially the orcs, or the other members of the dark races. So yeah, the fire wielders will stay.
That's good news. Thanks, Gord.
Don't mention it. Anything else?
Oh my god. I hope to God he stays like this entire time, this entire game, for the rest of the time. I want Gore to look like this. Oh my god. And yeah, I'll take a look. I'll see if I can get my hands on them. Halo, Battlefront 2, and Injustice 2. I'll try to get my hands on a copy. But with the holiday and everything, I'm a little strapped for cash because of the presents and whatnot. But I'll see what I can do. Oh my god, Gore. You are hideous to look at. But you are amazing.
Tahar, ready to discuss the next steps?
Oh, let's discuss what comes up
All right.
next.
Let's discuss what comes next. I'll go get the others.
Good.
Napoleon is back. He's
Good. Now that you're all here, I'd like to plan how we proceed. As
Tahar, I think you should allow yourself some more rest. You were in a coma for more than a month, and we still don't know what that melding actually did to you.
Isn't it obvious? It made her more powerful.
Yeah, but where does that power come from? What effect does it have on the human body or the psyche? We don't know.
we don't have time. We
it
don't have
doesn't matter
time.
if I'm all right or not. We can't waste any more time.
Fine. Then go on.
Thank you. So, our objective is clear. We need to defeat the purity of light and save my mother. Angar, am I right to assume that Lacane made Greykeep his new base of operations?
Correct. It's the center of his power, which is both good and bad. It's bad because Greyfell was built to withstand any kind of ambush.
And why is it good?
Because it also means if we succeed and reconquer Greyfell, we'll cut off the snake's head. Once we kill Lacane, the purity will fall. However, there's no point in fooling ourselves. That battle for Greyfell will be bloody, and if we want to have even the slightest chance of winning, we need to join the remaining houses.
Ultran, Hallet, and Wolfgar.
Yes. If we put this army together with theirs, we might stand a chance. Also, you should see if you can strengthen the alliances you already have, Tahar. I have a plan regarding that, so we can talk further once this meeting has been concluded.
So do I.
All right. So where do we start?
It's up to you. But before we can even think about arranging a conclave between the houses, we need to break that spell the Harbinger put on my sister Myra. Isgrim, any ideas?
Actually, it should be simple. We need to find the one controlling her, take the rune, and, well, destroy it in the forge.
And who is controlling her? What if it's the Harbinger himself?
I doubt it. The manipulator has to be physically close to his subject, so it'll most likely be someone in Lady Myra's army. But your rune will react to another rune's presence, so once that person is near, you'll feel it.
Good. Then I have a plan. The Harbinger has taken up position in Iskander, between the Utran and the Everlight border. You know that place, Tahar. It's where your father started his rebellion, and where Sentenza almost captured you.
The Loyalist camp. So, what's your plan?
We strike in full force and take the castle. He'll be forced to initiate a counterattack, and my sister's armies, the Utran army, will be the closest ones at hand.
A bait.
Yes, we hold the castle against the main army, whereas you, Tahar, and a small troop get behind enemy lines. You find the rune carrier and strike from the shadows. Obviously, you'll have to act quick. We can't hold against the entire Utran army forever.
That sounds like a plan.
All right. So we take over the castle, wait for the Utran armies to cross the border, sneak behind their lines, and eliminate the rune carrier. And once Lady Myra is freed, we will gain the support of House Hallett and House Wolfgar.
Yes, though we'll need to take care of something else before that. But let's discuss this when the time comes.
Agreed. One more thing. This will be dangerous, and our original mission has been completed. In other words, if any of you are thinking of leaving, now is the time.
I don't think
Well, then we
everyone's gonna
best get
leave.
prepared now. I'll tell you when we head out.
Understood. Tahar, I'd also like to talk with you if you have a moment.
Dude, look at him.
Corporal Tahar. A word, if you will?
Who are you?
Private Miller, Corporal. I'm from the Royal Army and came here with the Lord Marshal. We've captured someone who we suspect belongs to the Purity. He was seen in the deserted village outside this city, and he looks suspicious. He claims to be a simple courier sent to deliver a message to you, but we didn't want to take any risks. He's outside, near the entrance to the caves.
I see. Thank you, soldier. Dismissed.
Corporal?
Ooh, what if it's Bertander? Or Bertram? Bertander? Ooh, visit your mother's body in the Nexus. Okay. Oh my god, look at... Dude. Gore's gonna be like, walking up, and the enemy's just gonna be like, oh hell no, I ain't gonna deal with that shit today. They're gonna just run away from him. Oh man, is this my mother's body? No, that is not my mother's body. That might be her. I don't know. I can't tell. Oh man. Okay, so talk to Angar about how to reinforce the Wayfarers. Talk to Gore about how to reinforce the Firewalkers. Talk to Uriah in the Nexus. Talk to Gore in the Nexus. And then obviously bring the Goblin meat. Talk to Iskrim in the Nexus. Go on the offensive. Man, I got so many freaking quests.
She's breathing, but her spirit is gone. Damn you, Lacane.
Okay, get those subtle like EXPs.
Understood.
And while I'm here, where's? Okay, that's not them, but Iskrim. I need to do something with his armor. That way we can upgrade that as well. And speaking of upgrades, my treasure trove of shit. Oh, I got so much crap. Okay, oh yes, what do I want? Enemies you attack are weakened. Sacrifice a part of your health to summon a weaker devourer. Honestly, I want the totem. Although, actually no, right now I'm gonna do the weaken. I'm gonna do the weakening right
I was
now.
hoping you'd come by. That was quite the surprise visit, wasn't it? The Harbinger couldn't have picked a better time for his attack.
I guess you could say that. How's your injury? That blast from the barrier looked quite painful.
The blast? Oh yeah, sure. I'm as good as new. One of the perks of being a light mage. Tahar, I'm sorry. For everything.
What do you mean?
Well, what you discovered in that dungeon. I didn't see that coming, honestly. I mean, I'd always felt you were different. but an experiment of your father? I would have never guessed. And now that bastard Lacane took your mother. It's just... one tragedy follows another. Now I feel almost ridiculous thinking about my supposed problems.
A bit of normality would be nice for a change.
A bit of normality would be nice for a change.
I can imagine. Tell me, Tahar, if you had had the choice, would you have wanted to know? About your mother and how you were born?
It's always better to know the truth. It doesn't matter.
Yes. It's always better to know the truth.
Is it? Sometimes I wonder if the truth doesn't just make it all worse. Anyway, Shaper or not, it's good to have you back. Honestly, there were times when I was worried you wouldn't ever wake up again.
Aw, I'm so touched.
I'm touched. No.
Is that it?
Need anything?
Tell me about your time on the road. Ooh,
Tell me about your
blue.
time on the road. What was it like?
Is that a command, Corporal?
They should have said pretty please.
Please?
All right, but I'm afraid there isn't so much to tell. Have you ever been on the road by yourself?
A long time ago, yes.
A long time ago. Yeah.
Well, then you know how wearisome it can get. Sleeping under the stars sounds romantic at first, until you realize that most of the time it's sleeping in the mud, in drizzle. Most of the time, your stomach and your purse are empty, and your feet are full of blisters. And, of course, there's the constant danger. Especially if you're traveling on your own.
Did you miss it? Do you miss it sometimes?
Do you miss it sometimes? The vagabond life?
Well, we're still vagabonds somehow, aren't we? But I know what you mean. And, yeah, I sometimes do. The wind on my skin, the vastness of the wildlands, and the fact that all you have to think about is the mile ahead of you. It's another world. There was this one night I'll never forget. I had made a camp at a clearing, set up campfire, and I was leaning against a tree, slowly drifting toward sleep. Then, all of a sudden, it started to rain. Not just the usual drizzle, it was bucketing down, drowning everything, the earth, the noise, the plants around me. My first impulse was to jump up, to find shelter, get my things into the dry. But I didn't. Instead, I saw. I don't know how else to put it. All of a sudden, there was this deep sense of peace. As if all my life I had been chasing something without knowing it myself. And in that moment had found it. So I just watched. I sat there, and I watched. That feeling lasted until the sun came up. And then I fell asleep. When I woke up, it was gone.
Because you had pneumonia. Oh, man. And what do you make of it now?
And what do you make of it? Now.
Truth be told, I don't know. But it changed something. Even though I cannot say what it is.
Alright, let's see. Why did you... No, I don't want any more. Go away. Oh,
Let's
cool.
see.
I can just...
Got it.
Alright, there we go. I can just leave him. Middle conversation. Goodbye! Okay, where is Scrim there? Gore, my man. Oh, actually, I need to talk to Gore, I think. I think, yeah, talk to Gore in the Nexus, the sacrifice.
You said you know where we can find more allies.
Yes, I do. I'll make it short. The Ash Reavers have invaded the foot of Barga Gore. If we defeat them and their leader, like we defeated Krell, their soldiers will join us.
Ooh, the Ash Reavers? Sounds
So we
simple
head
enough.
back to Bargagor and defeat them. Sounds simple enough.
Well, yeah, except for one thing. Kagan, the Ash Reavers chieftain. I think this invasion is about more than gaining new territory. It's personal. He despises me, and that's putting it lightly.
Why? Because you kill Krell?
No, it's more complicated than that. You see, becoming a shapeshifter in Orcish culture is complicated. You have to be chosen by the village elder and undergo years of brutal training. I did my trial with another apprentice. a female named Rain. We were close, not as mates, but as friends, almost as if we shared the same blood. Long story short, during the trial we found ourselves locked inside a cave, deep inside the mountain of Barga Gore. After weeks of starving, we realized what the true trial was. Only one of us would leave the cave alive. Rain sacrificed herself for me, without my consent. She did it while I was asleep. To get to the point, Kagan is Rain's true brother. To this day, he thinks that I killed her.
And that's why he invaded?
I see. And that's why he invaded Barga Gore.
It must be. Bloodthirsty as the Ash Reavers are, there is no reason for them to start a war with the Fire Wielders, especially now that we unified them. He must have heard that I'm behind this, and that rekindled his hatred for me. In other words, we need to stop him, and as fast as possible. According to one of my sources, the Purity is also planning to start an attack on Barga Gore. The Fire Wielders should be able to hold them at bay, but not if they have to wage war against the Ash Reavers at the same time.
So return to Barga Gore and drive him back.
So what's the plan? Return to Barga Gore, drive back the Ash Reavers, and kill Kagan?
If all else fails, yes, we will kill him, for the sake of my people and for our cause. But he's Rain's last living kin, so I want to first try reasoning with him instead. There must be a way to convince him that I'm not a liar, that I didn't kill his sister.
All right. I'll tell you when we head out.
Yes, Chieftain Czar already left before you woke up to get an idea of the situation. I know time is sparse, but we should leave as soon as possible. And thank you, Tahar. I appreciate it.
Well, he's still got the thing over his head. Well, at least we know what to do with him. I need to find Iskram. He's normally in here. Because I need to upgrade his armor. And yes, I'm gonna go back to my normal normal setup. Even though those two rogues were kind of badass, I'm not gonna lie. They were
To this
pretty
day,
badass.
the Shaper's magical and technological prowess remains unrivaled. One thing is clear.
Choosh.
None of their marvels would have been
Choosh.
possible.
Here we go.
Will do.
Iskram, there he is. How's it going, buddy? Alright.
Tahar, thank Nihal if you're awake. For a while, I wasn't sure you'd make it. How do you feel? Out on the battlefield, we didn't really get the chance to talk.
Locain took my mother. I'm okay.
Could be worse.
Well, that's good to hear. It's a tragedy. The Purity on the loose, with the power of the Archfire in the Harbinger's hands. Who could have seen that coming? For what it's worth, I'm sorry I had to go through this. I truly am.
All that matters now is that we stop him.
Be that as it may, all that matters now is that we stop him. What about you, Iskram? I doubt whatever bargain you struck with the Cane still stands. You're still here, so I guess you aren't planning on leaving.
Me? No, of course not. Where would I go, Tahar? There's no way of knowing what the Purity would do if they caught me.
True.
He wanted to kill you, so maybe Lacane doesn't want to leave any witnesses. Not to mention that we're still in the ancient Shaper city, full of marvels waiting to be discovered.
Oh, this isn't a game, Iskram. We're at war. Glad you're able to see that
Well,
way.
I'm glad you're able to see it that way.
A frown hasn't helped anyone yet, has it? There's, one more thing I wanted to ask you. It's about your mother. About Andra.
Okay. What is
Ask.
I'm not sure how to say this, but she was a Shaper. A living Shaper.
it? He's not dead.
Don't talk about her as if she's already dead. Lacane only trapped her.
Of course. Sorry, I meant no offense. See, Tahar, all tragedy aside, you have to understand how fascinating this is. A Shaper who survived through the Aeons. And as if that weren't enough, you even turn out to be related. I have so many questions, Tahar, so many questions. Iria said at the moment Andra and you melded, she made you see something. Fragments of her past. Now, I can't help but wonder, what was it? Did you see Mullendir in all its former glory?
I didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything. It's more like I suddenly have that sense of familiarity. Especially here.
But that's even more exciting. She must have transferred some of her memories onto you. I wonder if that's part of this melding ritual. Look, Tahar, I'm not sure how to say this, but how would you feel about it if I examine her? There's so much we could learn from her, even if her mind has left her body.
I know you mean well, but you're taking it too far. What are you hoping to gain from it?
Why? What are you hoping to gain from that?
You mean apart from being able to examine the body of a living shaper? There's much we could learn. Maybe we could even find something that helps us fight Lacane.
Yeah, okay.
Iskram, I just lost my mother. The last thing I want to talk about right now are medical examinations on her body.
All right. I understand. Sorry, Tahar. I meant no offense. I think I should get back to work now. I'll see you around.
I need to update your armor. That's all I care about right now. You're not gonna let me, are you? You are a dick. Well, we learned a little bit about Iskram and his... See, he wants me to talk to him. I probably have to go out and come back in for it to reload. Yeah, that's dumb. Well, he can keep that shitty armor. Talk about my mother. Trying to do medical examinations on her. No, thank you. Okay, it's an olive branch. Interrogate the messenger in Mullendir. Okay, let's do that. Or should we just need to head outside for that? Oh boy, there's so much chit-chatting in this game. It's kind of ridiculous at times. Kind of ridiculous. Okay. If I talk to him, that seems like an actual offense. That's the offensive thing. Alright, there we go. Let's go interrogate the dude. Yes. Would you like to travel? Yes, I would. Look at that pretty face. He's hungry. Hungry for blood. I'm wondering if, like, since Gore was trapped in there for a couple weeks, did Gore, by chance, eat Rain? I mean, because it was a couple of weeks. Yeah, that shit's probably gonna start smelling bad. This is a long load time. God, I hope Gore is fucked up still. I really do. I want the rest of the game of him like that, just mangled. It's scary as hell. Imagine him casting magic. Hey Luke, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Although, oh, you sub a little bit before I start. I'm not sure you're even here, buddy. If you see this in the future, though, thank you. Oh, that creature's still up there. Oh, that's the goblin. Down here, right? Yes. Okay. No, that's the Wanderers. Oh, by the portal gates. Okay.
Yes?
There we go.
Interesting.
Time to get our portals on. Alright, let's interrogate this dude. Who is he? Is it Iskram? Not Iskram, but
Great. Another one. How often do you want me to tell you? I'm not a spy, and I'm not with Purity.
Wait! You're their leader, aren't you? Corporal Tahar!
Yes.
Well, then maybe you can tell these fools to let me go. Blazes, I knew it was stupid to take that job.
cut the crap. I can tell you. So what are you here?
So,
what
who are you, and what are you doing in Farland's Hope?
As I told this bloody brute who captured me, I'm just a courier, and someone paid me to deliver a message to a Corporal Tahar. I had no idea it was the Corporal Tahar, and had I known, I would have told that guy who gave me the job to sod off.
Just show me the message.
Can I see this message?
Finally, someone who asks. Yes, it's in my coat pocket, and no, there's no poison in there to kill you.
Let me see. A meeting in the Everlight. From a friend.
A friend, you see? Can I go now?
Cut his ties. Not yeah.
Yes, go.
Thank you, Corporal. Thank you. Now, don't get me wrong, but I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Do you think your guards will let me through?
They will. Stay safe.
I'll try.
Man, I wish at this point in time there was a good bad scenario that you could actually create in this game. And it's like, am I free? Yes, you're free. And then she just stabs him, kills him on the spot. Just like, there you go. This is war. Is that mean? Oh man. You know, I gotta just sell maybe like a little bit of junk. I'm not seeing those bobblehead people. Bobblehead people?
You didn't think I would?
No.
It's Gore!
That,
What's
sleepy
going on
lady.
with it?
I didn't feel that there was any life
Oh,
left
how's
in
it going,
you.
Julian?
But then again, you always were damn hard to kill to begin with. That new energy inside you, though, that's a different story.
So you can feel it?
That's like
so
standing
messed
in front of a bonfire and being asked if you can feel the heat. Yes, Tahar, I can.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
in case you're here to ask, we're staying.
So you'll help me fight the Purity?
You make it sound as though this thing is somehow your responsibility.
Take a look. I'll see if I can get my hands on them. Halo, Battlefront 2, and Injustice 2. I'll try to get my hands on a copy. But with the holiday and everything, I'm a little strapped for cash because of the presents and whatnot. But I'll see what I can do. Oh my God, Gore, you are hideous to look at, but you are amazing.
Tahar, ready to discuss the next steps?
Oh, let's discuss what comes up
All right.
next.
Let's discuss what comes next. I'll go get the others.
Good.
Napoleon.
It isn't. That fanatic, with his idiotic stories of the All-Father's return, is out for all of us. Especially the orcs, or the other members of the dark races. So yeah, the Fire Wielders will stay.
That's good news. Thanks, Gord.
Don't mention it.
What the-
Anything else?
Oh my God. I hope to God he stays like this entire time, this entire game, for the rest of the time. I want Gore to look like this. Oh my God. And yeah,
What do we need?
am I floating? Holy shit, what is that? Tahar! Oh my goodness, what's going on with you today? Oh, that's not Tahar. What? Who is this? Who is this monstrosity? Dude, it's a revenant. They're floating and they got some craziness going on their back.
So you made it after all. Not bad.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to this. I honestly, I have no idea what to expect. The way it ended was quite interesting yesterday. With the, I don't have Injustice 2, but I can look into it. You know, because of the holidays and whatnot, I'm a little strapped for cash. I'll listen. I'll check them out. Golden Fangirl. I'll check them out. Okay, so